Welcome back to the business broadcast. Picture this, you're doing around £120,000 worth of revenue. You're paying more in VAT than you're actually taking for yourself. You're running a business, you've got 9 subcontractors, but you're only paying yourself just to squeeze over £1,000 a month. How many business owners are going through this? Well, today we speak to Dan, 26-year-old who's built a football coaching business. Frustration just describes part of the problem. Strap yourselves in. Hello gang, welcome back to the business broadcast. JB joins us here today.
Here we go, scanning me up and down for the first one of the day. Anything you'd like to say?
No. Just,
the Candy Man, you look like the Candy Man. You are the Candy Man, aren't you?
This is in Rossi colours.
It's very on brand. It's nice that. It looks a very light material, which is good for today.
Yeah, and you're wearing a very...
I've worn wool
on the hottest day of the year.
I was like, God, this is going to be all right because it's short sleeve. That's not how heat works, it turns out.
Good.
Laughing and learning every day. That's
Laughing and learning. We're speaking to Dan Wolfendow, I believe, today.
That's a good surname, isn't it?
Yeah. Tell us about it, JB.
So Dan runs a company called Bright Boots Coaching. He's been going 4.5 years. He's doing about 10,000 squidaroonies a month. He has got some team members. He's got a team of 9 employed and subcontractor spot coaches that support the sessions. 2 of those have started to handle admin and marketing tasks as well. So he does sports sessions, training and multi-sports in schools. Right. He runs one of those sorts of companies. Biggest challenge is VAT registration. It's become a real squeeze this year. Prices are increasing in 2025, but not by 20%, so we'll be losing money as a result. Second biggest challenge, franchising. Is it profitable? Is it too low barrier to entry to work? We've had loads of people who do sort of coaching stuff, haven't we, on this podcast?
Do you know what's really difficult for him?
What?
The VAT thing. 85, 90 grand. Well, I think they've slightly changed it now. And he's only doing 30 grand over the VAT threshold. So that's when it's really painful.
Yeah. And you can't pass it on, can you? Because it's not like parents who are paying for sessions. No one's claiming the VAT back, if that makes sense.
VAT is such a killer for businesses.
I heard of a friend, I say a friend, someone we mutually know, won't mention his name because he's quite often cancelled these days. Sounds like, his name's Rob. Would you say right, Rob?
Yeah.
His kid's school shut down because of that. So his kid went to a posh private school,
right? Okay.
Which you'd expect from this person, but his kid's school shut down because of that.
Well,
so where do those other 1,500 kids now go into an already stretched system?
Yeah, or go to other private schools that are now reaping the rewards of less private schools around. I mean, some of these private schools have got lots of money though.
Yeah.
And what they've done. So the way if you go from non-VAT registered to VAT registered, you can claim back your last VAT, I think 4 or 5 years. So if you're a private school and you've done £20 million worth of capital investment over the last 5 years, and some of these private schools, that's easy for them to do. I mean, Brentwood Private School, every time I drive past it, it's like a new city. It's just unbelievable the amount of buildings they build, and they've never been able to claim that VAT back. So they're now putting in a big juicy VAT return, and they're getting them 3-4 million quid in a lump. I mean, I don't know the numbers, but obviously they will be doing this. So they're putting themselves in a big cash rich position. It doesn't really affect them. It affects the parents.
Yes.
It affects the consumer.
I guess then that goes back to your whole analogy of love, want and need businesses, because even if you go, hang on a second, this is 20% more expensive, you will find that money for your kid, won't you?
And then some of these schools like Cambridge University or Eton, they own massive real estate empires. People leave the money in their will because it's, but I think Henry VIII started Eton or something. I mean,
did he?
They have no debt. They have, they give kids free passes there if they get a scholarship. So some of these private schools are really not affected by it, but the small, independent, beautiful village private schools, they have been hammered, and that's when it's not fair.
Yeah. Yes, another example of that not working for most businesses. So second challenge was franchising. Third biggest challenge was, second biggest challenge, I only got halfway through it. Franchising, is it profitable? Is it too low barrier to entry to work? How do we get the right franchisees? How do we do it? And when do we do it? She wants to know the whole thing about franchising, basically. Third biggest challenge is removing myself from production/service. How can I get to be the CEO and work on the business rather than in the business? Where do you want to be in 1 year's time? We also asked that of our entrepreneurs. He said, I want to be confident in the direction of the business. I feel at a crossroads and unsure where to turn, hence the application to come on the podcast. What does your business look like when it's finished? He said, I have a dream to have a Bright Boot franchise in each continent. I just want to help as many children as I can to develop through sport. Do you make the profit? Do you want to make it? If so, what is it? He says, no, I only pay myself £12,570 with a couple of small dividends through the year. My apprentices earn similar, if not more than me. It would be nice to reach 100k profit per year. How do you spend your day-to-day time in the business? He said 8 until 9 o'clock he's doing the morning school clubs, then 9 till 3 he's on various tasks during the day, from operations to admin to HR to sales to marketing. Then 3 to 4:30 he's running the after-school clubs, then 4:30 to 7:30 he's doing evening football sessions. This is a busy dude, isn't it? And he's got a bunch of questions that he'd like to ask to you as well. So lots to cover off in this particular
I've seen a bit melancholy there about how many entrepreneurs and business owners are in this space, generating over £100,000 worth of revenue, paying VAT, and paying themselves £1,000 a month.
Yeah,
and they must be thinking, I could go and work in a supermarket
and get more,
and quadruple my income for the amount of hours I'm doing, because he'll be working 60, 70 hours a week. And this is what really, really frustrates me. When government just punish business owners all the time, and they always look at the end results of the successful few rather than the majority that are out there trying their damn best to do good things, and it really gets me down. I think this is a difficult model to make 100 grand from,
and probably the majority.
And it's not going to be a nice conversation.
No. But it's going to be needed, though, isn't it? Not all of them are nice, but they are all needed. For that, though, is this.
Interesting quote or fact. Interesting quote or fact. It's time for the interesting quote or fact of the week.
So, are you doing fact or quote?
I'm doing quotes because I'm getting inundated now on the daily with here's officially a good quote for you.
Oh, good. Yeah, you go first then.
So I had this one sent through from, which one shall I do here? So I had one yesterday from Candy Floss Events, who are big fans of the podcast. And they said to me, if you're not living on the edge, you're taking up too much room. If you're not living on the edge, you take up too much room. It's good, isn't it?
Yeah, I do like that.
He said, to all the bold business owners across the UK, playing it safe rarely leads to greatness. Whether you're launching a new product, taking a financial risk, or stepping outside your comfort zone, remember, progress lives at the edge.
Oh, this is
Keep pushing boundaries. That's where the magic happens. Success doesn't come from standing still. It comes from daring to move forwards when others hesitate.
Wow.
I mean, Candy Floss, I'm going to give him a round.
Come on, well done, Candy Floss. It's like Jim Rohn reincarnated.
How did Jim Rohn have said that one there?
I say, if you're not living on the edge, you're taking up too much room.
I love the fact you have to get into your impression.
Talking about impressions, me and Chuds sent this young guy, he's like 27, who does a Donald Trump impression. He's so good. Do you remember his name,
Matt.
Chuds?
Is he Matt something?
Oh my God.
It's so good, isn't it?
He does like...
He could do Barack Obama as well, can't he?
Yeah, he's actually stood next. Yeah. And he does impressions of people doing impressions of Donald Trump as Donald Trump.
That's it, yeah, it's brilliant. He
does
Jeff Goldblum as well. Have you seen that when he meets Jeff Goldblum at the Oscars? And he interviews Jeff as Jeff. He's so good.
He's a good chap.
Very good.
I'm going a little facts about SME businesses here in the UK. So... this is really interesting. On average, a new company is registered what in the UK? What amount of time?
Oh, it's got...
On average, a new company is registered every blank in the UK. Chance, you playing along?
Every 4 hours?
4 hours?
Chud says 4 hours.
I'm going to go 2 hours.
Apparently, it's 65 seconds according to ChatGPT.
Wow.
So that's more than 1,300 new businesses starting up every day.
And how many of those are still there in 12 months?
That I...
Chuds, everybody. Chuds. Inspiration, motivation.
Over blank of UK businesses are started and run from home.
Are you playing blankety blank?
Yeah,
That's what's happened
You've got
here.
to come up with the blanks. So people can be playing along at home.
Yeah, love it. Go on, tell me that one again.
Over blank of UK businesses, what percentage of UK businesses are started and run from home? We're going with Chance.
92%.
I think it's going to be less than that. I'm going to go 81%.
It's 70%. Many successful UK businesses, like Not on the High Street, Mumsnet, and the Cambridge Satchel Company began at kitchen tables. I suppose I began at a kitchen table in many ways.
You did?
Yeah. I love that. That's a very British thing, didn't it? You start at the kitchen table.
Yeah.
Do Americans say that? I think it's a British thing.
Yeah, I think, no, but a lot of people
The
talk
Italians
about
say it? Italiano, there, we're starting at
Stato alla kitchen table. Is that a moderately racist impression? I'm not sure.
I want to do anything to prompt you into one of your accents.
No, but Jeff Bezos talks about he couldn't afford tables. I remember him saying so. He actually had doors. He had old office doors.
Yeah.
On like trestles.
Smart. Do you know what? I'm disappointed in Jeff.
What?
You know, he's just been married, hasn't he? He's just got married. And the amount I'm spending at Amazon and I didn't get an invite.
Did you not? That's a shocker.
I mean,
he spent some dough though, didn't he? Six private jets flew all of the guests in.
30 million quid, I think the wedding was. A chump change for that.
That is, isn't it?
Chump change. That's
isn't
it? Okay, come on then. Look, this is a very interesting one. Brits start business later on in life. What's the average startup founder's age here in the United Kingdom?
Oh, I think it's older than you would initially think. I think it's in your 40s. I think it's 43.
Oh, I've got to stay poker face because Chuds is playing along.
38.
38. Feeling great.
What is it?
Well, no, you haven't placed your bet yet, JB.
I said 41, didn't I? Did I say 41 or 42? 41, I think I said.
41, 38.
38.
It's 47. 47.
Wow.
And I think that's about right.
So you're 27 years ahead by the time most people get
Oh,
started.
Chuds has got a comment.
What was your? Can you read the statement again?
Yeah, baby. In
the style of Jim Rohn.
Brits start businesses later in life. The average age of a UK startup founder is now 47 years old, busting the myth that startups are for 20-somethings. In fact, over 1/3 of new businesses are started by people over 50.
Wow.
But I was just wondering, is that first time business startups or is it someone that's already tried a few times? They did it in the 20s,
I think that's right.
The first attempt is when they're...
Yeah, I could say.
Maybe, I don't know.
Because lots of people will check in with their wife for permission. I'm not being to...
Or husband,
and they will have the pressure of that person making the decision, and if they got family,
they've got 6 months worth of money in the bank. They've left corporate. They've got to hate corporate.
Usually, redundancy causes a lot of businesses to start.
That's true.
They take their redundancy.
Yeah.
But a lot of people have multiple, don't they? So would that skew the number a little bit? Like as you get older, you're going to continue having new businesses, and then you skew the average by like...
Yeah, so you have someone like him who's 20, and then you have someone who's 50. And
both ways,
in the middle, yeah.
I think the chances is around unusualness quite a lot, though, isn't it?
Yeah, probably is.
He goes to business masterclass and meets 300 high-level business
Lovely
owners.
Subconscious upsell.
Subconscious upsell. No, but we are surrounded by...
You do just think it's normal. But we were having a chat before we started about how many people are using ChatGPT. I'm like, well, everyone.
Well, I was going to bring on to that.
But I don't think it is everyone. Because it's an unusual sort of breed of people that use it, isn't it?
Actually, if you are watching this or on Spotify or YouTube and you have the ability to comment, just for my interest, how often are you using ChatGPT as a business owner?
I bet business owners are using it daily, at least daily. I reckon.
And I don't, not for jokes, like, you know, because a lot of people are using it jokey, aren't they? But
that's again just you.
I just want to know if, you know, and is it useful? Hit me in the comments, you know, I would like some feedback on this. I think when we do our next panel show, you know, when the next budget comes out and we have a panel, I would really like us to talk about what, you know, high-level business owners are using it for in their business.
I have it now as one of those, you know, a tab you have always open, like your email's always open.
Yeah.
XYZ's always open.
Yeah.
ChatGPT is now always one of those open tabs. I never, during a work day, I never turn it off.
Mm-hmm. I mean, my marketing team and design team are using it every day.
Yeah.
I mean, was it down, wasn't it, one day last week?
Yeah, I think it was down for about 2 hours.
And Becca is one of our designers. Amazing. Hello, Bex. Well, she don't listen to this podcast, but you're amazing. She was proper having the upper.
Yeah,
Can't live without the thing. It's become Wi-Fi.
Yeah, yeah, it has.
Very quickly.
That's where you have to be careful of over-reliance to it, because you still have to have the ability. Like I did it yesterday. I was like, right, I've got this podcast that's launching tomorrow. So what should the call to action be? I didn't even bother to engage my brain. I was like, based on what you know about this channel, what should the call to action be? And it wrote it down. I was like, oh yeah, that's great, thanks.
Does it scare you how good it's getting in such a short amount of time?
It doesn't scare me. I'm also not surprised. Like that whole sort of like, oh my God, it could do that now. I've completely lost that. I just expect it to
do it.
6
months ago.
I've talked to it now. That's really good. So rather than I actually have a conversation with it. So I like do it as a voice note instead, because I find that otherwise the barrier to it being really, really good is me and how fast I can type. So now I'll just voice note it and we have a conversation.
Do you know, on social media, in the zeitgeist at the moment, is people saying, oh, that's AI, that video, or that's that was very much a thing 6 months ago. But I think in another 6 months, you're not going to be able to tell.
No. Have you ever watched the Will Smith video? About five, no, not that one.
That's happening.
5 years. About 5 years ago, there was an AI generated image of him eating a bowl of spaghetti, and because it was like intricate bits, it was quite difficult to do back in those days. And it was really obvious. He looked like he had like half a dog face. It was really obvious it was AI. And then he done one at the beginning of this year, and it's so hard to tell that it's now not Will Smith. And he's like, that's only 24, 36 months. Imagine what it'll do in the next 2 or 3 years. I think industries like movies, I've got a lot of mates who work in special effects in films, and those lot are like, it's a concern for them, because you could quite easily not have to blow stuff up in real life and just CGI it all using AI now.
I want to build an ice cream factory experience at Marsh Farm. So I just said, can you design me a concept with these things? Take inspiration from the Guinness experience, the Heineken experience, Cadbury World, the chocolate factory in York. We want it to be for all ages. You know, I gave it, I don't know, probably 300 words of good description, and what it came back with, you know, for a first go, like I would have needed, maybe we can put it on screen in the edit, Stevie, just to show you. I mean, it's not perfect, but certainly I would have had to get an illustrator and paid a lot of money to get that just done.
That's mad, isn't it?
Yeah, so we'll put that up, you know, just to give you some, if you're not using it. I mean, me and Chuds were talking before we came on air, using it, I think your own words, Chuds, was the third eye. Is that what you said, Chuds?
Yeah, it's like having a professional world-class third eye to give your opinion on something instantly.
Chuds, everybody.
I will just say,
Chuds starts talking, the bells.
Here we go.
I want to give everyone, just so everyone's like not totally terrified by it. We're going through a really weird phase where like this is the conversation, but once it's obvious that everyone uses it, companies use it for everything, it's the same as it was when stock photography became a thing. Like you were able to access thousands of photographs on the internet to instantly get a photograph of what you want. Before that, in the 70s, 80s, 90s, you had to go out and shoot that specific thing. It just got rid of a lot of photographers' jobs, but also saved people thousands of hours. You can just access it instantly. Companies that are like, you're impressed that you were able to do that thing with the ice cream factory. Once we get over that and everyone's just using it and everyone knows that you can't tell the difference between AI or not, then the thing that people can't differentiate won't be that valuable.
Yeah.
Whereas events, live photography, things that need real time. I always think that like Primark will use it and Ford will use it for their stock photography, but Hermes and Rolex will not, because the real thing is the valuable thing. So like quick and easy accessible resources, and once we get over the fact that it's impressive, it will just become the norm and we won't talk about it. But then when something really impressive happens, we'll be like, oh, that is real. And then people will be drawn to that.
Someone took it with a photo, with a camera. Yeah.
They'll be like, no, this was shot on film. And it's like, okay, that's even more valuable now.
Goes full circle, doesn't it? Goes full circle.
Very interesting. What I have loved using it for business owners is to brief my team. So that ice cream factory thing, I'm briefing a couple of contractors to come up with concepts for it.
Based on that draft?
Yeah, but I'm giving them the written drafts, the examples, like the concept drawings to say, this is what I want it to be.
Yeah.
So that's saving a lot of time.
And money.
Yeah, rather than them usually coming up with the first concept, then us commenting, you know, that 3-6 months, whatever, and then we finally get it. So it saves a lot of time.
The key to it though, I think, and you sort of alluded to it accidentally there, is the value of it is in the prompt that you give it. If you just went, I want an ice cream experience, make it really good, that would have come up with a rubbish concept.
Yes,
Because so you have to be really, really targeted. But if you do that work once, it's what you talk about, like content, for example. If you do the work once, it works for you again and again. Same thing with prompts. I think there's like prompt engineers now, so they will help you to write better prompts. But if
Well,
you
I was
give
watching,
it,
who's the rich Nvidia guy? What's his name?
James Sinclair?
Jensen
Yang.
Haig, is it?
Jensen Yang?
Whatever his name
James
is.
Yang?
That's what I watched an interview with him. He's a smart guy. Go and check out his stuff on YouTube. Like, where if he gets interviewed, like,
Yeah.
I mean, this guy is really good.
He is.
Really impressive. He's like,
He's a guy who says entrepreneurship's not worth it. Now he's worth $70 billion or
because
whatever.
it's how hard it is, isn't
Yeah.
it? But he said like that's the skill, is to prompt it, and
Yeah.
they'll be the ones that are making the money.
Yeah. It's not going to replace your job. It's going to help you with your job. That's what I think.
So, should we get on with the
Tell you
big
what,
show?
I can't do though. Can't teach you about teach your kids fitness, can it? So that's where our friend Dan, who's on the pod today, might be in a good space. Should we get him on the show?
Let's get him on.
Let's
baby.
get him on. Hey Dan, how are you, sir?
Hey gang, James here. Great news. Business Masterclass is coming back to London. This is my ultimate 2-day event that will grow the profitability and size of your business so that you can have a commercially profitable enterprise that works without you in it. I've run this event before. People absolutely love it. We get rave reviews, and I'd love for you to come along. Imagine 400 business owners in a room serious about growing their business. Imagine the connections you can make. I'll be on stage teaching you all the stuff that I've learned over the last 20 years in 2 days to seriously scale your business up. If you want to find out how to buy companies, raise finance, get customers, and make your teams as profitable as possible, then this is the event for you. Look, it comes with my 100% money back guarantee. You come along to this event, and if at the end of day one you go, do you know what? I haven't got 10 times value out of what I've paid for this. I'll just give you your money back. And there's no sleazy sales on the day. It's just me delivering all the stuff that I know about growing businesses. And I can't wait to meet you. I'll be there. We'll have a little chat with the other 400 people in the room. It's big enough, but intimate enough to really learn the stuff that I know that scales businesses. So get your tickets now before the price goes up. And I'll see you at Business Masterclass to grow your business.
Hello, guys.
Hey,
Right.
Dan,
We're here.
how are you? How are you, sir? Right, we've obviously talked a little bit about all kinds of different stuff, but especially about your business at the start of this this pod. But give us the little origin story in your own words, if you don't mind, my man, so we understand a bit more about you and Bright Boots Coaching Limited.
Yeah, of course. Well, Bright Boots started in 2021, kind of came out of lockdown when I had a lot of time on my hands to think about what I wanted to do in my life. And I just took a bag of footballs to my local fields and started with just like one-to-one sessions, and I made 24 quid in my first week, which I was very proud of. If we fast forward to today, we're partnered with schools, local football clubs, and we coach over 500 children a week. And obviously looking to go nationwide and global. That's the big dream.
Nice. Okay. So you said, so you've got 9 team members at the moment who are employed in subcontractors who do sort of the coaching sessions, and 2 people have now started handling admin and marketing stuff. But your biggest challenge right now is VAT registration. Tell us a bit more about that, mate.
Yeah, so it's great. It's great that we hit the threshold. It's a sign of success. But it has sort of squeezed things with not really. You know, I was a football coach really before this, and I'm sort of evolving into a business owner. So it was a lesson really. Maybe the better question is how to become more profitable as a result of a VAT registration. As James said earlier, it's a bit of a squeeze being closer to the threshold. We need to kind of power through it and get the other side. So yeah, that's the struggle at the moment.
Okay. And you are saying that the second biggest challenge you said was franchising. Is it profitable? So have you how far down the line with that are you? So if you've listened to this pod before, we get loads of sport companies who think they want to franchise. Why are you sort of drawn to the franchise model?
Yeah, I think I've seen a lot of success within the industry. I think it probably makes sense in terms of having someone to manage the business elsewhere. Franchising does allow that to happen, and you get sort of not overnight success, but it's easier to go from where I am based in Essex at the moment to go up to Manchester via the franchising route. So if I want to help as many children as possible, I feel like that lends itself to franchising.
Dan, just hi, James here. How you doing, mate? Whereabouts in Essex are you?
Based in Basildon.
Fine. Where have you seen that success? Are you saying from the outside, or have you actually seen a profit and loss?
Yeah, so I've not seen profit and loss of companies, but I can see The various case studies like Football Fun Factory, Baby Ballers, who came on the pod a few weeks back.
I mean, I think if you listen to that, I don't think have you listened to that pod?
Yes, I did. Yeah.
I mean, I can remember that. I don't think they thought they were going to overtake Saudi Arabia anytime soon in terms of wealth.
Yeah.
Listen, I think there's a big lesson here for all business owners. We look at people from the outside and think, they're everywhere. They're in the ether, and that doesn't mean they're successful. And I've seen loads of businesses that, scale up loads of shops or loads of locations or loads of this, loads of that. 36 months later, the whole shooting match is gone. I look at Camp Beaumont. I'm restructuring Camp Beaumont. We had 55 camps at Camp Beaumont. We will have 35 this year. So all of this ego-ness for massive locations and stuff like that, in low barrier to entry businesses like this, and probably when you've listened to me talk about these things, I don't think franchising necessarily works unless you've got the two magic ingredients, which we always talk about, which is brand and land. So I hate to do this, but just to reiterate it for people that haven't listened to, but obviously when you think of franchising, everyone thinks of Mackie D's. Yeah, we just do. It's our thoughts. They have the land and they have the brand. And that is why they are, in my opinion, the most successful franchisee or franchise model of all time. Have you watched the film The Founder, Dan?
Yes, I have. Yeah, great film.
Yeah, I mean, it's worth rewatching that again now you're considering it, because if you look at that, the magic for them was really saying we're a property business that sells burgers and fries. And that gave them the opportunity to control their franchisees. Because what happens with franchisees in low barrier to entry businesses, they don't really need you. They don't really need you. They go, we've got all these people. Why should we give Dan any money? We can take all the customers. We know what we're doing. After a year or two, we'll just start on our own. And unless you've got massive legal firepower and you want to stress yourself out and put loads of money behind it, I think you find it very difficult to win those cases.
Yeah, certainly. No, I totally agree. And I knew brand and land would come up. So I've also considered, is it then better to go down the McDonald's route and develop sports facilities to which the coaching operates, but then I don't have the know-how at the moment.
That brings me on to my next point. I think lots of business owners need to look at their business and go, like, you are just typical of what I always talk about. All the videos that Chuds and I make and all the content that I make, I don't know. I reckon, pretty 1 in every 3 videos or pieces of content that we produce, we talk about business models. Chuds, you just bring Chuds in here. Do you think I've been talking about this more in the last year than ever before?
Yeah, definitely. You never mentioned it before. You always tried to fix a solution or fix the problem.
Yeah.
With remedies and stuff. But I'd say in the last 12 months, it's like, you've just got to change the model.
Because I think if I look at myself, Dan and JB, looking at me as a business owner, you can slog yourself out and be okay. Just trying to make an okay thing work. And then when I look at very successful business owners, I think I'm meeting more and more of them. I'm going out for dinner tomorrow night with, Richard Harpin, Daniel Priestley, like a big load of big hitters. They all focus on the model so much. And I've been focusing on the model so much. And I think we sort of go around on this hamster wheel trying to make the thing work. I mean, you've had this as well, JB, haven't you? You just had okay models, which you can keep going on the hamster wheel. Yeah. But sometimes you have to be brave enough to come off it and go,
I've got one at the moment. A paid for production is an okay model.
Yeah.
But it's not a great model at all.
And so what I would look at is, and I think what happens is, Dan, the reason people think about franchising without knowing about it, without going through it, they think, well, that's an easy way to make more money. And I think it's everything but. I've spoken at franchise shows. I've spoken at franchise events. And, there's unicorns in there that are doing very well. McDonald's being one of them, KFC being another one of them. But they are the unicorns.
Yep.
And so I would be looking at what's my skill set? Well, I'm passionate about teaching kids, doing that stuff. I understand the holiday camp thing, which is a very commoditized business. I own arguably one of the top 3 biggest holiday camp businesses in the UK, so I can speak with a degree of experience on this. There's a lot of competition. It's very low barrier to entry. I'm not going to scale Camp Beaumont across the United Kingdom. We're going to stay in London where there's 9 million people. I can't, maybe Birmingham, but we're in top independent private schools. We're looking for moats and USPs and better models for that business. And so I would say, right, well, these are my skill sets. What could I put them on to make a better model? Now, if this was my business, I would definitely have a content first strategy. I would be making football training videos on YouTube for kids and building a content first business. Now, that's very low barrier to entry, but we know human beings, most of them are horrifically lazy and will not do it consistently. Mm-hmm. JB has seen this with his podcast business. People are all gung-ho. They do 10 episodes, 10 videos and go, hey, why have I not got Peter Crouch's bank account? And that is what they do. And so, I would be definitely making loads of content and then charging schools to run their PE business on the back of your proprietary content that gives you leverage and power to make sure you charge the right amount of money.
Yep. No, that doesn't make sense. And I'm trying to start my personal brand as such and things like that. So that's something
I'm doing nothing about personal brand like me. Think about you for the audience, for the kids. Like, what would my 8-year-old son want to watch on YouTube to learn about football, learn about, and make it fun and entertaining? Like, I would be meeting 10 YouTubers in the UK that make stuff for your age demographic, not necessarily in sports, but so you can pick up all the stuff. No, James Martin is a very good friend of mine. He wants to make entrepreneurship content and he knows. He doesn't even need to ask. I know what he's doing. He's been around me all the time because he wants to go, what are them little nuances that you do that have managed to speed up the process? He's using my 8 years of making
Then he
content.
got 10 episodes in and thought, now I'm gonna leverage your network. I'll bring you in.
Yeah, exactly. He has sped up the process by being around people because success leaves clues.
And ask directly.
Yeah.
Like you and Chuds make arguably the best business content in the UK.
I'd say we do, yeah.
So he was like, can Chud speak to my video guy? Like, that's literally how he's done it.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Brilliant.
Absolutely. I mean, and I think there is still so much capacity in making good YouTube content for kids. My kids choose YouTube as their entertainment go-to over Netflix, Disney Plus, all these. I say, I was trying to get them to watch Star Wars as a family the other night. I said, should we all watch Star Wars? Billions of dollars have gone into producing this. No, it's all right. No,
I want to watch Minecraft videos.
Yeah. So, I do think there is, content. These is, and once you get to the level that Chuds and I are starting to make, and once you get to the stage we've got, that becomes a big moat around your business. Now, let me give you, I had a conversation with Butlins this week. They're a customer of ours. We're very proud to serve them. And they do themed entertainment weekends, don't they? I don't know if you know this.
I've been to one. I went to the Old School Garage weekend.
So they do for that for adults, but they've also partnered up with Stephen Mulhern.
That's right. He does the Magic Weekend.
Yeah, and then Mr. Maker.
Diversity.
Yeah, so they're buying into all these brands and IPs to get more people to go there.
Yeah.
And I think there is a space. Dan, I don't know if you're confident on all this stuff. Just start making content and then I think you'll get sponsorships. I reckon you'll make more on sponsorships. But, it'll take 4 or 5 years. Don't think that you're going to start, filling your bank account within 6 months. But how old are you, Dan?
I'm 26.
Yeah, 26. So get going, baby. Get going.
Yeah.
And so I'd have a content first strategy. Then I would be creating stuff for schools. And then the schools will then drive for you to watch your content. You can say, look, there's all this content and stuff for, a little bit like what Lean in 15, what's his name?
Joe Wicks.
Yeah, Joe Wicks, yeah. He he is what he is because of YouTube videos.
Oh yeah.
No two ways about it.
But if you look back, he's
YouTube
been doing
has made
them
that
since 2011.
Yeah.
And he said on the podcast, he's like, no one cared for 7 years. Literally no one cared for 7 years. That's what you've got to be willing to do.
I think that'd be similar with us.
Probably is, yeah.
I mean, no one really did. I think people have really started focusing on us in the last 2 years, 2.5 years.
Since I turned up. Hang on, what? That's
I really do.
Good timing, Jamie. Good timing.
Chuds, everybody, chuds.
No, and we always say this, honestly, Dan, like the snowball effect of content. I mean, we're getting better at it. We've got muscle memory in knowing what good looks like, where we don't have to do, all of those things have happened. And people start recommending it. Human beings are really weird. If they discover you, Dan, I mean, this is just a little thing. I'm going off piece here a little bit. If they discover you, they don't want to tell anyone about you. They want to keep it a secret. And then until 20 people discover it, then they'll tell everyone.
Yeah. I think Daniel Priestley, you mentioned Daniel, he's a good friend of yours, isn't he? I think he was one of them. He's sort of like, what does he do? He does some book stuff and he does some of this stuff. And then all of a sudden he became the co-host, the unpaid co-host of Diary of a CEO for about 7 episodes this year.
He's done well out of that.
Blew up.
Yeah.
But he's been doing the reps and sets prior to that. And also, like, you go back to the point with kids, even if you did, and you need to be micro famous. You say this all the time, famous to a few. Even if you did YouTube videos and then you go into schools to do a free session, but you said, hey, I'd love the kids to watch this video in advance, of me coming in or whatever. Yeah. Those kids then think you're famous. My kids love it. Anyone who's on YouTube, they are obsessed with them because they think they're famous. So if you had the ability to do that, they had someone go to the school the other day who had like a YouTube channel. And they were so hyped about it.
Yeah.
Because the guy was on YouTube. I was like, you could just upload a video, but they don't understand that. They see because it's on the big screen. They're like, that person's famous. So you can become.
And every time you are doing football coaching, that is you have to get a parent's permission and all that palaver. That is your recording time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess it's just documenting what we do and then pushing that out to children and what they would like in terms of what do they want to learn, what do they think is cool to watch. And just, I think maybe to parents as well, potentially, how they can support their child and things like that.
Yeah, I mean, Dan, if I go and do a keynote speech or do anything swapping time for money, the answer is I will only do it if you pay me and I'm allowed to record it and repurpose that, because otherwise my time isn't leveraged.
Yep.
And that's very important for me. Very important. I've done my theatre show a couple of weeks. We recorded that, and that will generate us mountains of social
Very
stuff.
good, by the way.
Did you go to it?
Yeah. I was there. It was great.
I'm just going to tighten up my. There we go. Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you.
I strongly recommend.
Should
you do it?
Thank
That's
you.
right.
Well, there you go. Right. Look, any other questions?
Yeah, let's
JB?
jump into some questions. Okay. This is a great question. I think this is a great question. I think Dan already knows the answer to this as well. Question number 1 that you'd like to ask James, he said, have I just created a profitable job?
Yes.
If so, how could I change this? I think we've already discussed that. How can I build a moat around my business? I think we've discussed that to a certain extent as well. So the third question, I feel like I need to know more and I feel like I need a mentor. How do I find the right mentor? And would you consider helping me beyond our conversation today?
Dad, I mean, a lot of people ask me, I mean, I only really want to, well, no, I haven't got the time is the truth to it.
As someone who hangs out with him for 8 hours every 2 weeks, you don't want this heat, Dan. You don't want this heat. It's not a nice place to be.
No, I think the one-to-one stuff, I mean, I used to charge like $3,000 to work with me on a one-to-one basis. And
per hour, and you still hated it.
Yeah, I still, it was, not that I hated it, but, I need to be CEO and leader of my business. And
you also, Dan, you need someone who's in this space. You need someone who's 5 steps ahead of you in this vertical, not because Jimbo can give you great generic advice, but he's not in it, if that makes sense.
That's why I make podcasts, get my newsletter and watch the YouTube channel. I mean, the one-to-one stuff, you've had a big opportunity. Go and do that stuff that I've spoke about here. I'm pretty sure it will go and work for you.
You mentioned a couple of companies at the beginning, Dan, as well, like Baby Ballers and all that. Go out and find people who are making good content in that space. And again, don't go, I'm going to go after, the F2 freestylers, because again, they're too far-fetched and they're also not trying to make content for the same leverage purpose as you. Find people who are 5 or 6 steps ahead on that same journey as you, and then say, can I take you for lunch? Or I'd love to get together. I had it a couple of years ago. There was 5 podcast agency owners who all got together every quarter. No pressure. We jumped on Zoom for a couple of hours. What's working, what's not working, how you're retaining clients, what you're doing. But it only works if everyone's very open and honest. But that would be a much better way of you spending your time.
Yeah, it's definitely something that I need to improve on. In terms of like getting that network and learning from those that are further ahead of me. Yeah,
and there's a great book that JB and I both have read and loved, which is Built to Sell.
That's a great book.
You should read that. You can get it on audio. Cool. I actually, some books, because it's read as a story, I actually think it's really good on audio, and you can just put that in the car and there's just some great stuff on that book that will really help you.
Great. It's been noted. Thank you.
Do you want us to rate you, or would you rather us pass?
No, you can rate. Yeah, you can rate me. Well, yeah, go for it.
Oh, he fancies it. Right, Dan, before you do go, though, can you let us know where, or can you let the listener / lovely watcher know where they can get in touch if they're like, do you know what? My son or daughter needs some football skills or some sporting skills. I think Dan sounds like the right kind of geezer for me. Where can they find out more?
Well, they're going to find us on a YouTube channel where we're going to be pushing out lots of content.
Yes, Dan. Yes, Dan. That's what we love. We're going to be. Big action taker. Let's go.
So it'll be on YouTube, Facebook and Instagram, and probably TikTok as well after today. And it's just at Bright Boots Coaching.
At Bright Boots Coaching. See, he's not even set up the channel. Have you already set the channels up?
You know what? When I first started, we did start YouTube videos, and then it's just something that I didn't pursue afterwards. But
interesting. Why not?
Potentially a confidence thing. Maybe, I don't know. I literally did a couple and then just stopped doing it.
There's no shortcut for confidence. It's reps and sets. No one likes their voice the first time they hear it back. No one likes watching themselves back on a video for the first time. You've just got to do it 50 times to get confident. You don't just get given confidence, you earn it.
Yeah, definitely. And I'll just, after that, I'll just got to give it a go, and as I have done, just learn as I go.
Good stuff. All right, mate. Well, thank you very much for being on the podcast. We wish you well in your entrepreneurial ventures. Thanks for being on the pod today, Dan.
Thank you very much. Cheers guys.
Mate.
Appreciate it.
Awesome
Thanks,
stuff.
Take care.
There you go. Lovely, Dan, all the way. I'm loving this new setting, by the way. If you're listening to this podcast, we've had to decamp out of the event space because of a refurb, and we're now in the breakfast lounge,
which also needs a refurb.
Which is how old is this? 400 years old. This room.
I hate this room. I'm embarrassed. I've replaced the furniture in here, and
I love it in here. You can feel like there's an energy. There's an energy in old buildings, isn't there?
Right.
You don't think?
I appreciate the niceness.
No, I think I like it. All right. Let's rate Dan then. Dan Wolfendale, all the way from Bright Boots Coaching.
Have you got the thing, Chuds?
It's the 8 traits of the greats.
Okay, gang. So we have a board here called the 8 traits of the greats. If you're new to the pod, I have identified what makes someone really good in business. And I call this the 8 traits of the greats. And we give ones or halves depending on how nice we are. Yeah. And if people are starting up, sometimes we pass on by. But today, Dan would like us to rate. Starting with the end in mind.
I don't think we should, though, still.
But he's asked us, and I don't want to let people down. Starting with the end in mind? No.
It's kind of vague, isn't it?
Passionate about their
cause. He loves a bit of sport, doesn't he? That fella.
Yeah. Untold amounts of resilience.
I don't think we know that yet, do we? That's on us. We didn't ask.
The master relationships of people. Yeah, I think he's got that. He's a lovely guy. Commercial awareness. No. They innovate so they don't evaporate. I think he's thinking about that. Don't you think?
Yeah, why not?
They're master marketeers.
Not yet.
And they stay teachable and curious.
Oh yeah, go on then.
That's a still. That's a 4. That's a knock on the door. And so that means it's a 4. A few tweaks and they can have much more.
That's absolutely correct. It's a respectable score. Dan didn't listen to the brief when I said to him at the end of the show, we'll lovingly kick you out of the room. He's just tuned back in. which no one can see behind the scenes anyway. We normally let people go in case they get offended. Dan's not going to be here usually. You got 4, Dan. You're halfway there, mate. So that's good. I'm kicking you out of the room again because we've got another interview to do.
You can tell. I mean, this is guy. He's curious.
Yeah,
he's
good energy.
He wants. Yeah. He'll be all right.
Do you know what? I think in the absence of lots of stuff, enthusiasm and energy will win the day in so many instances. Like a person like that, you're just like, I want you to win.
Yeah,
I'd love
do you know what?
well.
If you've got a good model, the enthusiasm and energy sticks with it. Sticks with you.
I'm launching a new model tomorrow.
Oh, are you? What a surprise. What a surprise.
And this is going to be the one. I'm going to be too big for this podcast in 6 months. You heard it here first, guys.
Well,
At time of recording,
on the
first
next
of July.
podcast, I'll assess whether I think the model's good or not.
Okay.
So we'll do a live business plan.
Wow, okay.
Stick around for the next podcast, which will be out in a couple of days.
I've suddenly
after this
become
one.
less confident about my business model, everybody. James Sinclair's going to
As I
roast
assess
me.
Bert the Burke
God,
on
live.
the business broadcast.
Oh, that's good. It got hotter in here. I'm sweating again, guys. Right, it's time for the business quiz before we finish up this lovely pod. Cheers, Chuds. It's the business quiz time.
Business knowledge and it's fun. Which one's clever and which one's dumb? Let's get quizzy.
Izzy Wizzy, let's get quizzy. Right, as always on this podcast, we ask a quizzical question every single week. In this top secret, top confidential envelope, there is a question related to today's subject of the podcast. And today's question is, how many children aged 5 to 16 in England participate in at least 30 minutes of sport or physical activity each day? How many children aged 5 to 16 in England participate in at least 30 minutes of sport or physical activity each day, include structured sport or informal activities?
Not enough.
No, I don't reckon it's... My kids
Well,
do half an hour of PE a week. And I said to the little one yesterday, I said, do you have PE today? He went, yeah. I said, what'd you do? They're musical statues. I'm like, that's literally standing still. Like, it's literally the opposite of moving. I mean, it's not his fault. It was 30 degrees yesterday as well. But I was like, oh, did you? He went, yeah, but I just kept moving. So he didn't even win the bloody game. Useless. So how many children aged 5 to 16? Is this a percentage, Chuds, or is it a number? It's a number. Come on, Jimbo, what do you reckon?
Well, it's going to be low.
So
Every day.
yeah.
200,000 I'm going with.
Yeah, I've gone 400,000. Let's find out. The answer is... Well, I win, but I shouldn't have, because there's 3 million out and you was a bit more than 3 million out. 3.4 million.
Not true. I'm telling you, it's not true.
Oh, we're not going to read out any of those facts then. There you go. This is not true. Apparently, according to research that has been done by James Sinclair's team, over 50% of active time comes from informal activities like playing in the park.
Oh.
Come on. Well, I've done informal activities and I walk from the bloody car. Does that count? I've been to the toilet twice. Oh, hang on. Oh, informal activities like playing in the park, walking or cycling. It's not just structured sports. Football is the number one sport for boys and girls. Children aged 5 to 7 are the most active group.
Yeah.
So there you go. 3.4 million
well
children.
done, JB. You've won. Congratulations.
There you go. Here he goes talking it down. Thanks. I'm still taking it. Thank you.
Yeah, I'll have my wooden spoon. Come on, loser. Congratulations. I'll see you on the next one. Oh, by the way, gang, if you're loving this podcast, please leave us a review wherever
No
you
one's
listen.
leaving reviews. In fact, if we don't get 10 reviews for the next one, we're not doing it.
Hey,
How'd you
also,
like that?
we've entered an award and we need some people to apply. Tell them about that, JB.
It's the
'cause I don't
British
know what to
Podcast Awards. And it is the Listeners' Choice Awards. Last year's winner had, I think, about 25,000 votes. So we're about probably 24,500 off scratching the surface with that. But if you have
I
enjoyed
reckon
this
it's
show,
24,999.
98, because we both voted. Have you even voted for this show?
I didn't
Of course you
even know
haven't.
that.
No, of course you didn't. So if you would like to vote for the show, if you have got some value, I mean, look like sad down that camera there. James Sinclair.
Look, it's giving me coleslaws.
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 James Sinclair puts his blood, sweat and tears into this. You know, every single week. He doesn't ask for a damn thing. I mean, yeah, sure, he tries to say some events once in a blue moon, but he puts literally the sweat into it every single week. And all he wants is a vote for his podcast.
Yeah.
Can you look sad again? He just needs a little vote for his podcast, right? Just do it, guys. Do it. Thank you.
Thank you, gang. What's the other thing that I was going to say?
Business Masterclass?
No, it wasn't that. I mean, if you want to come to one of our events, all the details are on jamessinclair.net, and they're very good events.
They are very good. September's going to be a banger. Business Masterclass.
Yeah, absolutely. And what's the thing that was on the tip of my tongue?
The tip of the tongue and the lips and the teeth. I don't know. I'm many things, but I'm not a mind reader.
No. I'll think about it for the next episode.
What
Thanks
a
for listening,
cliffhanger.
gang.
Ta-da!
Bye-bye.